Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're getting to watch this information. My name is John Strickland. I'm a transportation director of Dublin City Schools here in Dublin, Georgia. And I want to talk to you a little bit about our registration sign up that we've been doing this past week. We have now closed the registration link, so we're no longer able to accommodate those requests for students who will be starting at Dublin City School on Monday. Excuse me, let me get my mask set up correctly. All right, because we're always masking, we're doing the right thing to stay Shamrock safe, don't ever forget. But what I want to talk to you about is the reason for closing the registration links. We had to open these registration links in order to get contact tracing information when it comes to our students. So if something were to happen, you know, hopefully we won't have these problems, but we have the information needed. I cannot let anyone ride a bus where we don't have that information. But we had to shut down. We were open till Monday. We tried to do it over the weekend, and we had a little response, not great. So we extended it out, sent an email to all students on their I think it's actually goirish.net email account to offer the 2 links again. And we stayed, we told them Wednesday at noon will be the shutdown. We always kind of keep it open for stragglers or things like that can't get there. And we actually went into Thursday, which was yesterday, but at this point in time, we've had to shut down. It's Friday morning, we had to shut it down. And so we're actually in the midst of building routes. You will receive an email from us if you signed up because you had to put an email. You'll get an email from us no later than Sunday. It might be Sunday night because we're working hard, but you're gonna get an email from us stating the bus you'll ride and also where the stops will be, so you'll know exactly where you need to be come Monday morning. Now, for folks that didn't get signed up, I'm going to be the first to apologize to you, but I've got to put a drop-down date on this because of the contact tracing, and we've got to have all that information and put it all together. But if you are going back in person or in a hybrid situation and did not get registered on our link, when school starts back next week, we'll send out more information so you will be able to do so. Now, you're going to have to go the first couple of weeks making your own arrangements, but we will get you on a bus. Hopefully, the plan is so you can ride when we come back after the Thanksgiving break, and then we'll go from there. So that's kind of gets you a little bit on the registration link. Now, in-person versus hybrid. Understand, in-person is you're coming to school all day long, so you're going to ride the bus in the morning, you're going to ride the bus in the evening. We're good to go on that. That's really simple. The hybrid is another issue. Wanted to make sure you do understand, parents, if you're hybrid and you chose bus transportation, it depends on what time your class is. I know at the elementary schools, if you chose a hybrid, you're going in the morning, and it's usually from like 8 to 11:30, 12 o'clock, somewhere in there. I don't know the end time. We can take you to school, but someone's going to have to be there to pick you up when your time ends. Now, if you have an afternoon, someone gets you to school, we can bring you home. And that has to be, that was put in the link, so we'll understand what's going on. So there is a spot for you there, but I just wanted to make sure you understood that. And now if you have something in between that's not first part of the day or the end of the day, transportation cannot be involved in that type of hybrid scenario. So that's kind of make sure you understand the in-person and hybrid difference as we go from there. Talk about social distancing on our bus. We're going to do the best we can to the extent possible. In all honesty, here at the beginning, this first couple of weeks, our buses may look empty on some different buses, but it's because we're going to try to keep the same routes because we know eventually when we come back, more people are going to be added on, so we will eventually fill these buses up. When we are having a filled bus, we're looking at trying to have 2 to a seat, but there's no guarantees because like I said, to the extent possible, we just probably can't do it. So what we'll do is we'll do our best to have 2 to a seat. And then, if we have to go 3, we try to keep family members or neighborhoods in the same area, maybe 3 to a seat that they're playing with or hanging around with and those kind of things. But it could get to a point where we're back riding buses regular, but that's why we have our mask protocol that I'll talk to you about shortly. Sanitizing buses. I'm going to go out of the picture in just a second and I'm going to come back up and show you something. Our bus drivers are going to be between routes after because you have a high school route, say an elementary route, middle school route, elementary route. Between routes, they will wipe off the buses the best they can to do with soap and water and also wipe down the buses. Now, when the bus comes back after the end of the morning routes, we have what's called a blower here, and it looks just like your regular leaf blower. But what this is a sprayer, it's a fogger, and we go through and we have a chemical that we put in here, and we go in and fog our buses and go from there. But anyway, it'll spray out this end, and we go in and fog the buses, and they'll be ready to go for the afternoon routes. We do the same thing at the end of the day. After 21st century, we do the same thing. And even after buses are used on athletic trips or any type of extracurricular events. So we're gonna do our best to keep these buses sanitized and go from there. I'm gonna put this down, I'll come right back. Oh, here I am, I'm back again. All right, the next thing I want to tell you about is one thing we've been discussing is mask protocol. All right, and this is very important because this can get you where you cannot ride a bus for at least a semester, possibly the end of the year. And we're pretty strict on this whole deal because I've had some questions about it. And I know a lot of my parents, they had a place where they had to check off and understand the mask protocol, at least one little question about it. But basically, this is the mask. This is just the homemade mask I have on. But if I got on the bus, I've got to have this mask. When I come to the bus, I have to have a mask. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about if you don't have a mask. If you don't have a mask and you come to the bus to catch a bus, or you're at the bus stop, we have the old blue mask here that we've been provided to us. Each bus driver is going to have a few on hand, and if you don't have a mask, we're going to give you this mask to wear while you're on the bus. All right, you're going to take it. You're going to put this mask on the bus. It's even got the little crease, which I like these better with the little piece here because it helps me when my glasses don't fog as much. So I'm going to put that mask on. This is the correct way to wear this mask. I've covered the nose. I've covered the mouth. I have limited face openings, so we're pretty much covered, okay? So I'm covered now with the mask. I get on the bus, I've got this on me now, I'm good to go. But the bus driver is going to give my name to the administration at the school. They're also going to bring it back to me here at the bus yard, and we're going to make contact. The school should make contact with you, or it could be possibly me, and basically we're telling you, all right, that's your one warning. You've got to have a mask when you come on our bus. Now, I wouldn't suggest using these. I suggest try to find you some of these masks that your kids can wear, or even get you some of these at the house. But the next time they come to the bus and they don't have this mask, and I've got to get them their second one, then we're going to turn in their name to the administration. It's going to come to me. Somebody's going to talk to you about the fact that your child's not going to be able to ride the bus for the rest of the semester. And I know that's harsh, but the thing is, we're trying to do our part with the guidelines. We're trying to stay Shamrock safe. Now, while on the bus, if your child is on the bus and they want to talk their buzz, well, they had the mask, they got on the bus, everything's cool. Well, but all of a sudden we look back and we see this. We got the nose uncovered. The bus driver's we're not going to immediately turn them in. We're going to ask them, hey, get your mask on correctly above the nose and go from there. Give them a chance to pull it back off. Well, or you're going to see this. Same thing. We're going to ask you to make sure you do the right thing and get that get that mask back on. And then from that point, you might even see this. Wanting to talk to their buddies doing this kind of stuff. The mask has to be worn correctly while on the bus. You need to have the mask when you come to the bus. We don't want to have to give you several masks. We don't have many to go around, to be honest with you, but it's just a part of the guidelines to stay Shamrock safe. So any type of mask issues that we have, and if we continue to have to tell you these things, yes, we're going to wind up writing it down and putting it up where it counts as a mark against you as that warning. So any type of mask issues, the second time we have to turn in administration, you can no longer ride the bus till the next semester, okay? And like I said, I hate to be that way, but it's very important. Remember, we're starting school for the first time in a long time on Monday, so we're headed back. So all we ask on the buses and in the schoolhouses, please do what you can do, follow the guidelines, follow the protocols, and let's all make sure that we keep our students, our staff, our stakeholders, our community, Shamrock safe. Thank you, have a great day, and please, please, please continue to stay Shamrock safe.